Right now on the Home Strategist, most people choose a realtor based on billboards, friendliness, or Zillow stars. That's almost guaranteed to cost you money and could cause you a lot of disappointment. Because a realtor isn't just a tour guide. You're not hiring someone to just unlock doors for you. They're an information pipeline and a partner in your real estate future. Today we're talking realtors and what actually matters. I'm Dr. C, and you're watching the Home Strategist. Couple of things before we get started. Last week I was down with cold and flu, so I apologize for not posting any content, but it would not have been pretty. Also, I have some pretty strong opinions about realtors and the real estate industry in general, and I just don't want this video to seem like I'm crapping on realtors. While I'm very critical of certain elements, I also understand that they play an extremely important role in home ownership. So based on my experience and advice that I've received from others, here are some things to consider when choosing a realtor. The key word here is relationship. You don't want someone that's just chasing a commission. You want a realtor who thinks, if I help this person win repeatedly, we're going to do a lot of deals together. That mindset changes everything. For example, in 2020 and 2021, my wife and I flipped 3 houses and we sold our own residence. As a result of all that back and forth, we did 8 separate transactions with the same realtor over an 18-month period. That's a big deal, and that does not happen without alignment. Look for full-time realtors, and this is a big one for me. Real estate should not be a gig like driving an Uber. There's a lot of people that do this for some extra cash. They'll list a few houses here and there or mainly act as a buyer's agent, make a couple of bucks in commission, and that's okay with them. But someone that's financially dependent on real estate behaves differently than someone who just does it on the side. This is their scoreboard. Their reputation matters. Their pipeline matters. And their effort matters. I'm looking for a realtor who is objective with their clients. They're not flipping homes themselves. So if a home comes along that would be perfect for you, they're not going to snap it up and flip it themselves. You don't want divided loyalty. You, the client, are their priority, not other realtors. In other words, no cronyism. This is a long list. Similar to hiring an employee, sometimes your best bet is to go with the BC student who worked 2 jobs to hustle their way through college. So take a closer look at hungry agents in the middle of the pack. People think they want the top producing agent in town, the billboard person, the #1 team. That's usually a bad choice because you're not going to get them. Like a big name law office, you'll get a showing assistant or a junior agent. And even if you do get them, you're probably going to be client number 73. You don't necessarily want famous, you want invested. The celebrity agent is too busy. The hobbyist is too casual. Here's the sweet spot. Respected, but still hungry. Not necessarily on the A list, but also not on the D list. They're willing to do little things like pull comps, call other listing agents, check on properties, and one of the important things for me is run hypotheticals. A lazy agent kills opportunities for you. So to tie into that, you need somebody that's willing to explore, what if we offered this? What if the home sat for 30 days longer? What would change? What if the seller's timeline mattered more than the price of the home? Strategy lives inside the hypotheticals. You know what? The real value isn't necessarily in the listings. It can be in the coming soon properties, the failed escrows, sellers testing price out, agents quietly shopping for deals. There's nothing that makes me more excited than having a real estate agent call me up and say, hey, I know of someone that's going to list a property, but it's not on the market yet. We can go talk to the buyer and possibly make a deal before they ever put it up on the MLS. In other words, find an agent that has an inside track. And that comes with respect, and respect comes from hard work. You're not looking for the most impressive agent. You're looking for the most aligned one. Because a great realtor doesn't just find you houses, they find you opportunities. So pick the one that wants a 5 or 10 year relationship, not just a single commission. Thanks for checking out the Home Strategist. If you appreciated this content, give us a like, drop us a comment, and please subscribe to the channel.